What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hope everybody is having a. What is? Oh no. It's Tuesday. Oh, what is today? Um, a Thinker Tuesday. Yeah, we go Thinker Tuesday 'cause it is kind of a Thinker Tuesday. You know, we had a little bit of a long weekend. Saw some selling on Friday in the market. We gotta think about what the market's doing. I like it. I like the gap down. Yeah, it's about what I'm at. About where I'm at. Um, Kind of an interesting day. Nice little gap down today. Q's had a gap down. They paid their dividend today. And then I think the IWM paid their. Nope. Which one of these? Is it the RSP? RSP also paid their dividend today. Okay. Okay. So, anyways. SPY. Nice gap down. I had a little bit of a trade from Friday afternoon. I put on, wound up just working. Got a nice little gap down today. Just took it off immediately as soon as the market opened. And snagged a little bit of a short-term bullish move, like right here at this candle. I kind of liked it. We were kind of starting to trend up. I liked this candle that came in, and I actually got in on this one, and I know that. So that's sitting okay for now. We'll see. Hopefully that holds out. It's actually for just tomorrow. I'm just expecting at least a retest higher. I still think there's going to be a lot of people to kind of try to come in and buy up the market. Makes sense, right? Momentum over the past couple of weeks has been bullish. We broke out. Should be some dip buyers out there somewhere. The thing is we did come into. I can say we came into it, but we got pretty close to the 10 daily moving average on the 10 EMA on the daily. So that was kind of another reason I was looking to get at least a short-term bump. I don't know if I'm going to hold that position past like tomorrow morning. I probably won't. I'll probably just be out of it, wherever we open, and kind of trade to immediately tomorrow morning. Not looking to do anything crazy with it. But as far as the market goes, I think I'm starting to really, really kind of think that we're going to see the market melt down here over the next several months. I think that might. I think that's. I'm gonna say might happen because we never know what's gonna happen. But I don't know why this even happened. I mean, everybody could say AI and tech or whatever, but just previous bear markets, we'd never seen that kind of a move, and we're still elevated compared to the long term kind of exponential growth trend line. So yeah, I'm. Why is the auto not on? So, anyways, I would like to see the market kind of do that, but oh my gosh, this is really gonna annoy me. Where the freak is the auto button? My auto button's gone. I hate it when they do this, man. Scales should be in here, right? Scale placement. Oh, well. Alright, I get that. Now I'm just confused. Plus button, price scales, lock price to bar ratio. Why do they do this, man? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't see it. Trading. It won't be there. Okay. Gotta do it this way. Oh, hold up. Is that it? What is this? Oh, so that's right. Oh, what's wrong with just leaving it down there? You freaking idiots, man. Whatever. Oh, okay, so they made it to where if you hover over the numbers, it pops up. You can see what you actually have. I don't know why you just couldn't leave it down there, you jackwagons. Trading View, man. Sometimes. All right. Anyways, back to the deal. Yeah, I think we're gonna get one little pump here, maybe the next day, and I think we're just gonna start dropping. And I think we'll get down to this 420 upper, like 415 to 420 area, and we might bounce around a little bit. But maybe the second half of July, we can probably just have a little pop here. Probably even just to tomorrow, honestly. Hold on. Let me just see if this kind of fits. Pop, and then we kind of start to drop. Yeah, that timing wouldn't work. And then maybe we oscillate here a little bit. But we break that, it's going to be game on. People will definitely be getting out because that's the main thing that I'm kind of going with. Anyways, it's kind of the main thing I'm kind of going with. We come back below 4,200 on the SPX. Like, there's gonna be nerves out there in the market. So, gonna need to just be careful if we get back below that level. Because we saw that 4,300 was basically not really a big deal, right? I mean, we went sideways just below it for like 4 days. Not a big deal, and we got above it, and then we just ran. So there's not much here, but the big one's gonna be 4,200. But if you could say though, if we get back below that, like I think everybody kind of chased this, and everybody that was looking to buy the dip here bought the extension here. So now you have to get in, right? Now you have to be in on the upside. So, anyways, that's just kind of what I'm thinking. We'll see what's going around in the market. Not. We saw a pretty quick drop early on. Nice little buy up real quick, and then it just rolled over. Led a lot by tech. Now you look at the RSP. The RSP had a really bad start to the day. The equal weight. So gap down, which was a pretty hefty gap down. I do know they pay that dividend. So they gap down roughly 1.33 points. I'm going to check that dividend against that. But they gap down roughly 0.9%. And so roughly half of that gap down was from the dividend. Half the gap down on the RSP was from the dividend. And amount 54. So they paid a 54-cent. The Qs paid a 54-cent dividend, and they gapped down 1.9 points. So really about 1.35 of that is really the gap down. 1.35 cents is really the gap down. So just kind of an interesting little nuance there. But yeah, the equal weight SP 500, man, they got smoked right out the gate. That wasn't good at all. So, and you could tell just how bad that was for the market because the Qs and big tech was bullish in that first 15, 20 minutes. But the equal weight SP 500 just got crushed. So when we look at the sector rotation, I'd imagine that beginning part of the day was really bad for just about every other sector. You can see Tesla here up 3 3/4. Nvidia's up pretty good. Other than that, not too much going on. UNH is up decently. Is this PayPal? PayPal's up. I get this one, and where's the P over here? Progressive, PGR. I get those two. I mean, look, they look so similar. I'm surprised they haven't like gone to lawsuit over this. PayPal would lose, but my gosh. Lilly up a little bit over 1%. Merck up a little bit over 1%. Is this AbbVie? Abbott Labs, yeah. Abbott Labs, my bad. Abbott Labs up about 1%. Stryker up a little bit over 1%. Okay. So not really a whole lot of bullishness today. Seems to be pretty broad selling all around. Intel's down about 3.5%. So that's kind of interesting. We'll take a look at a lot of that. All right. So Tesla. Yeah, so Tesla came out and ran pretty strong pretty early. I still don't care for the hype. I ain't even touching Tesla for a very long time. I ain't touching this. Not touching anything about Tesla. But if you didn't hear, it is on the front page of Finance Yahoo that Tesla Supercharger Network gains another partner, Rivian, who's also supposed to be a competitor. Well, I guess they're all competitors, really. But yeah, there you go. Rivian partnered up with them now. Rivian doesn't make like nearly the amount of vehicles that Ford and GM do. So obviously Ford and GM probably a little bit more benefit to Tesla's network than Rivian is, but regardless, Rivian is there. So yeah, Tesla now has a cash cow because now you got all the I would say at least all the other major electric vehicle automakers now gonna use their technology. So you get royalties. Basically it's just royalties. So that's good for them. I mean, who knows what that's going to be worth? I'm just starting to be in the camp that I don't think electric vehicles are going to be it. I don't think they're going to be the thing that takes over automobile space. Just for the simple fact that the amount of resources that goes into electric vehicles and the infrastructure improvements that are going to have to be made if we go to an all electric vehicle society. I just don't see it. Even if battery technology got that good, which maybe short of like a little mini nuclear reactor in your vehicle, I just don't see it. Anyways, that's kind of where I'm at. I think some of the internal combustion engine, hydrogen internal combustion engine stuff that I've seen, looks pretty interesting actually. I would say that looks pretty interesting. So we'll see how it shapes out. But I'll pass. I'll pass. The other thing is I don't know. Even though I just saw something on, more Americans are getting auto loans that exceed the worth of their cars, and I'm kind of curious about like auto ownership because like, do people? I don't know. I don't feel like. I hate using that word feel. It doesn't seem as practical that people need automobiles as much as they did. Man, I would say even 20 to 30 years ago. Much, much different. We have access to a lot more resources that you don't have to go drive and do everything, right? You used to have to go drive and do banking stuff. There is now people now they've never set foot in a bank. So I don't know, just different like things are changed, and I don't know, just kind of my take on it. I don't think vehicles are as necessary as they used to be. Anyways, Spy Spy had that very nice run early midday and kind of flattened out as especially as it took out the top of the day from the morning. Took out the top. Had a nice little pullback here over the past 40 minutes or so. So yeah, we'll see what happens here over this hour. Q's, they have a nice little lower wick too. Okay, yeah. If today winds up being this lower hammer like we're seeing a lot across a lot of the major indices, we're seeing it on Spy. Q's have more of a doji currently because they traded higher out out the gate in the morning. But IWM has a lower wick. DIA has a lower wick, definitely interacting with across that 10 moving average. So the IWM. Okay, so both of those interacting across the 10 EMA as well as the RSP. And so if that happens, that lower wick kind of stays at the day, even the Qs with that doji. If we close at this level or higher on the day, mostly, I would say the low of today is probably the most important technical level in the market. It's kind of a bold statement. I get it. I understand. But that's just the way I feel about it. Because once you break momentum in parabolic moves, and we've seen the pullback now. We've seen the pullback. So we should bounce and we should keep going. So if we don't take out the high here over the next couple days, we bounce and we roll over and we take out today's low, that's a change of momentum. And you will get people to start to sell because that's going to be a blow off the top. It's going to be a parabolic top, whatever you want to call it. People are going to notice that, and they will be the first ones out the door. The other thing is, it won't be just a rapid descension through the next few percentage points, right? Like it'll be choppy, especially until we get back below this 4,200 on the SPY, back below 415, and really we take out these lows at 404. That it's going to be game on at that point. But it should be pretty choppy because people are going to try and buy the dip as it pulls back because, we broke out, right? We broke out, and people are going to try and buy the dip. It's just going to be curious where they buy the dip, right? Are they going to buy it in tech stocks that have, exceeded valuations of just absolute craziness? Or are they going to try and buy stocks that are in the RSP, like the non big tech stocks that moved bullish over the past couple of weeks, but not up at the past year and a half of highs. The IWM also in that boat, not even close to those levels, but the Qs they're up there. They're up there quite a bit. The Qs the IWM not even close. So where are people going to try and buy the dip? I would be trying to buy the dip in the IWM. I think that is the more reassuring area to buy the dip, and I think people trying to buy the dip on the Qs is, they're just too optimistic. They're too puppy love. It's puppy love, man. It's just too puppy love with AI right now. I'm not gonna say AI is not gonna do great things, but you gotta understand market valuations and stuff, price levels. Anyways, whatever. One of the stocks I rotated off my list this past week was that First Solar FSLR. Finally, expired, worthless. I don't care. I just wanted it off my list. I was so tired of looking at that damn thing. Anyways, glad it's off my list. Now it's been rolling over. Makes perfect sense. Nvidia, I don't know why they're up today though. Nvidia had a nice little gap up. Let's see. Nvidia could be the most valuable company in a few years. Bro, get off my takes, man. Get off of my takes. HP. I don't know if. So they're currently trading at $1 trillion, around $1 trillion. They're currently trading around $1 trillion. A little bit over. Yeah, it should be a little bit over. Let me see. Market cap a little bit over $1 trillion. Good for them. HP Enterprise offers access to Cray supercomputers for building AI models. Boom. To play the AI boom. The issue I kind of have with Nvidia right now is, like, while they're just running hot, man. They're just running hot. I'm just going to look at a long-term chart here. This is an exponential trend. I'm sorry. This is an exponential chart. Okay, so IPO'd back in 99. And they actually did really good throughout the tech bubble. Look at that. Wow. They actually went and made a new high in 01 and 02 while the market was still kind of bottoming. Wow. So, yeah, Nvidia was giving you signs even early on, even taking out the 07, the 07 bull run, or the 07 top that we put in. You know, the SPY barely took out its the previous high it had. Nvidia went and crushed the high. But Nvidia had a really strong pullback for about 9 months to start off 2002. Wow. But look at this run. Since 2013, that thing has just been on a monster run. And it just, man, it got going. Jeez. But it's just one that, I mean, you can't go exponential of an exponential, man. you can't do it. And AMD, over the past week or past week and a half, they introduced a new chip to the AI space. And yeah, there's going to be competition come in. It's not all their space only. So so funny, man. AMD went from like death, and then in comes in Lisa Su, and it just she changed everything about that company. Good grief. That's awesome. Good for her. Man, they've been around for a while. I didn't realize that. AMD's been around since like 72. Wow. And then Intel, yeah, I mean Intel we know is struggling. Yeah, Intel's been around since 72 as well. Had a lot better 90s. A lot better 90s in 2000s than AMD did. But struggling here recently. Okay. So yeah, you don't need to chase this. There's going to be opportunities like that is crazy. I'm not saying it's going to pull back to 150 next month, next year. But I wouldn't. I mean, you can definitely trade it. Ride the trend. I mean, trend is your friend, right? So, I mean, I get it. If you get a pullback into about the 335 area to 300 area, I'd be looking to probably get in on that. But not like a buy and hold forever. I think there'll be better opportunities down the line. So, anyways, that's just kind of my thoughts there. But yeah, I mean, Nvidia, I mean, crushing it right now. Apple, they kind of what was really interesting about Apple. You know what? I didn't even notice this until Friday night. Like way Friday night, well after I did the market outlook video, because I would have called this out. Somebody, there was a big time player, came in on Friday immediately as soon as the market opened, and they liquidated so much. I mean, that is a lot of volume right away on the open on Friday. Like, someone was like, yeah, screw that. Like, we'll take this. So you can even see it there on the daily. Like, someone just immediately was like, exit everything. Maybe not everything, but you can tell someone was so large of a shareholder that they, I mean, the amount of volume that they ate up right there is crazy. So, wow, crazy. All right, let's take a look around the market. No. We got the transports. Okay, we're pulling back a little bit today. Federal Reserve, we know we saw a little bit of a downtick week over week on Thursday. VIX trading a little bit lower, and that's what you want to see. You want to see the market down, VIX trading lower, VIX trading lower. That's what you want to see. I mean, there was a little bit of a gap up today on the VIX, but that was mostly because we have some Federal Reserve peeps talking. Ooh, what did I just do? So, dollar traded higher yesterday on the holiday. Traded higher today. Not really holding it. I don't know how bearish I would be on the dollar because everybody is bearish on the dollar. Like everybody is bearish on the dollar. I'm not. We've seen it with the stock market in the past couple of months to even a year. Like everybody gets going one direction, the market doesn't go that direction, and then eventually pops the other direction. So if everybody's been bullish, the market kind of like doesn't go bullish and then just winds up going bearish. And then if everybody's bearish, the market doesn't go bearish. It just kind of waits and enough time, then eventually pops bullish. You know, we just recently saw that. So yeah, so many people are bearish on the dollar. I don't know if I would be. 10-year yield has dropped off since the open. Man. Okay. Yeah, 10-year yield has dropped off pretty good. 10-2 inversion still getting more inverted. US 2-year. US 2-year dropping a little bit. Dropping a little bit. Not as much as that 10-year though. That 10-year dropped. Ooh. Oh man, there it is. Gold. Gold snagging that low below 180. That is a big deal. Snagging that low below 180 on the GLD. Yeah. Okay, so that's the GLD. Let's take a look at gold futures. So futures haven't really quite broke down this level. I would definitely say this low around 1936 on May 26th. That's a big deal. That's a big deal low. That is a big deal. I mean, this daily pattern doesn't look the best at all. So you're going to have a evening star reversal in a downtrend into the moving averages. So yeah, that's not setting up to be anything good. So yeah, GLD. It's just kind of interesting why the GLD looks worse. Looks worse than, well, I mean, those are Yes, I guess some of those lows on the futures, they on the gold futures, that might have been more of the intraday or outside of the intraday trading range. Because yeah, you can see like the lows that were actually coming in over the previous few weeks, like right in here. Those were really the lows you were kind of watching, and that's kind of right where we're below. So yeah, maybe there's some intraday trading there on the futures side that is not captured in the GLD. HYG, HYG. Nice little gap down. All right, right into the moving averages. Okay, not bad. What the LQD? All right, so that wick is not real. So LQD, disregard that lower wick there because we haven't really traded that low. It's interesting. What's interesting here is the LQD's up and the HYG is down. So, all right, well that's just interesting. Seeing that. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at sector rotation. I really want to kind of see how some of these sectors worked out in the morning. Because yeah, we saw some pretty good movement on some of the indices, and tech was just strong. So kind of interested to see how weak some of these sectors were. Energies got smashed out the gate. Okay, so energies got smashed. We also saw real estate sell down kind of heavily to start, as well as materials. Okay, so energies, real estate, materials, all kind of that lower end today. Utilities. So we're going to take a look at some energies. Utilities on the lower end, underperforming. Staples underperforming. Financials underperforming. Industrials underperforming right there. And you got tech, communications, healthcare outperforming. Oh, I mean, tech and communications are not outperforming, but healthcare is outperforming, and discretionaries are outperforming it. That's going to be Tesla. Tesla's killing it for discretionaries. And then we got healthcare intraday buying. So this is without the gap on the day, and you can see healthcare has been getting bought up today. Discretionary has been getting bought up as well. The financials are underperforming, industrials, like all the other sectors are basically just a little bit underperforming the market. And then you got energies are just really kind of lagging behind. What's kind of interesting here is tech is actually a little bit lower on the lower end of the market sector performances. Okay, let's take a look at. Let's go take a look at some energy stuff because wow, that's brutal. So XLE, did I just type in CLE? I did. All right, XLE. Yeah, that's interesting. They got crushed today. Okay, jeez. Crude oil. Thank you. Crude oil, not like getting absolutely obliterated like it has before, but it's still down. It's down on pretty good volume too. There on the contracts. Gasoline's down 3%. That might be what's hitting some of these energy stocks. So gasoline's down pretty good amount. Crude prices under pressure from Chinese energy demand concerns. Ooh, that's a big deal. Yeah, that's a big deal. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot, or seen a lot of articles about China and lack of economic activity and stuff like that. So that's interesting. And then, so how's Exxon playing? The heck? Thank you. Oh, sorry about that. That's something on my keyboard. Exxon down roughly 2%. That is a pretty nasty breakdown. So it's coming back down into some previous low areas here around, well, under 103 to about 101. I'd actually be willing here over the next couple days. What I would probably look to do is snag a bearish play. Anything up over 104, I would snag a bearish play looking for the breakdown back down to like 98. That's what I would look for. So something like this, I would look for something like this really quick here over the next like day or two for that move back down to 98. And I'll be looking for that over like the next 2 months. Oh, come on. Get the off. Thank you. So that's what I'll be looking for on Exxon. And that might be there on the XLE. Yeah, it's kind of there on the XLE, not as clear. I like Exxon a little bit better on that setup. Chevron. Yeah, Chevron has a really strong support here. They're like 150 or so. Yeah, it's getting kind of dire though. You get much lower than that, you're gonna have the 100 on a weekly. You got some support levels down below it around 140, 132 ish. So it might not break down all that much more, but yeah, it's not looking great. What else is there? ConocoPhillips. ConocoPhillips looks like it might have some room to run. You got a nice little uptrend here, but if it breaks this 100, I don't think this would be too much of a concern, this little support level. There might be a little pause there, like 91.50, but I think they're probably really looking for a move back down to like 78 or so. That's what I would be looking for. That's not a bad move either. I'd be looking for, if you're going to do any of that, I'd be looking for months. Give yourself plenty of time. Plenty of time. All right. So that's ConocoPhillips. That was Valero. Yeah. Okay. XLF financials. A gap down on a weekly? Ooh, that is a pretty good gap down on financials. So what happened? They don't pay that much of a dividend. I mean, they gap down roughly 36 cents. Half that was the dividend. So half that gap down was the dividend. Roughly half that. Let me see. Real estate. Man, there's a real estate nasty gap down too. Materials, a lot of things had a gap down over the weekend. My goodness. Industrials down 1%. Financials down a little bit over 1%. Yeah, there's a lot of things with some nasty looking gap downs today. Energies, utilities. I'm gonna be curious when we get to like the risk on sectors, just how good they look. Utilities. Nice little lower wick there on a gap down. They paid a dividend today. So a lot of dividends got played out today across some of these sectors. That's also one of the things that kind of hurts. So XLV, they definitely did have a gap down, but they got bought up immediately. Okay. XLP, nice little gap down there on staples. A little bit of a trade lower, a little bit lower right now. Yeah. Discretionaries. Yeah, we know Tesla is saving everybody right now. Communications. I'm curious to see how Alphabet's doing. Still kind of interacting with this previous kind of support level area, right around that 64 area. So see how it plays out here over the next like week or two. XLK Tech, nice little gap down, currently down 0.8%, close to 0.9%. Okay. Did they pay a dividend today? They did pay a dividend today. Did they? XLK did not take out the all-time high. The last week of December high was 177.04. The high last week was 176.30. So missed it by 74 cents. Okay. SPY G, SPY V. Growth, outperformance so far this week over value. And discretionaries, yeah, should be outperforming. And we just saw XLYs crushing it over pretty much everything else. Okay. So then, where are you? So yeah, we're seeing energies. Yeah, they're definitely down pretty good. Industrials. So some of the healthcare names, yeah, they were getting bought up today. UNH had a bad week last week on Wednesday, I believe it was. Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, they just got bought up today. They've been getting bought up ever since really that gap down. A little bit of a lower wick just because they gapped down below this low back in March. So I'm sure there was a lot of stop loss orders right below that low, gapped down right below it, and probably just took a bunch of stop losses. And it's mostly been getting bought up since. Nice little pullback there for about a day and a half, Thursday to Friday, but nice buying action coming out today. Okay, Lilly. How's Lilly doing? Lilly's just a monster. Just keeps going. Can't stop it. Merck up. Merck Basin here off the support level. Gets back below that support level, I would say watch out, but not looking too bad right there. And PayPal is up. So what's PayPal up for? PayPal got hit pretty good on earnings back in early May. I really think this is more of like a technical breakout more than anything. I don't think this is like news driven, but up a little bit over 3%, 3.5%. Looks pretty good. It just kind of came down at base, had a nice little run right at the end of May, beginning of June, kind of consolidated sideways, and then past 3 trading days have been pushing higher. So yeah, it looks pretty good there on PayPal. You could at least say you're just probably going to move up into these lows of 71. So if you have the room to do some verticals, you can maybe do that. AXP, I'm just curious. I just eyeballed it. AXP, American Express. American Express looks like it topped out like, what was that, Wednesday? Hmm. I'm going to cut this short as I just got a notification that I need to go take care of something. Let me run through a few things here. Mid caps, yeah, underperforming. Okay. As far as the market, I wouldn't. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if the market rolled over and got a little intraday, what looks to be kind of setting up a head and shoulders action. So if we do break down, you might get the steam to kind of go. Make sure it gets down to 437 first. Look for the retest up into like 437.30, and then take that for the breakdown. But I think we might push a little bit higher into tomorrow, and then I think we'll probably break down. Probably the second half of this week. It's a short week. Nice little gap down across a lot of things in the market. Qs not so much. We might see the Qs maybe lag going forward here the next few days. A lot of people try to buy up some of the other sectors, but Q's not really getting hit as much. Other than that, that's about all I got. Sorry to bail out so early, but I got to go take care of something. So, Alpha Hunters, have a great day. It's kind of a quiet day, not too much going on outside of really just the gap down. So, take care, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.